Hello and welcome to Debrief 3!
Woohoo!
Right, as you can see, it's a bit different this week because we're having a debate. And I can't wait to see Sarah and Hannah debate. I'm so excited. Right, this came to me one night when I was sitting on the sofa, this idea. So I'm going to explain the rules. No icebreaker because we're needing that this week. I'm going to explain the rules to this debate, right? And if you don't like them, tough. Sarah. So,
excuse me, I'm already riled up.
Sitting so proper.
No, I told them before we were recording that they should have had it in statements prepared, but apparently I should have told them that, even though it's common sense.
We can have them.
Okay, so opening statements. Each person is going to have 1 or 2 minutes, it depends on how long you want to present their main argument. Okay, so do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay,
Sarah.
there shouldn't be any interruptions.
Okay.
Right? You can't do that. It's not allowed. And if there is an interruption, you'll get a point taken off you. I'm very strict. So the mediator, me, will make sure each speaker gets equal time.
Okay.
Okay? So you're not allowed over 2 minutes. I knew this was coming.
Hands up already.
So can you have multiple points in your opening statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now, when it gets to the actual debate side of things, after the opening statements, each person, so you have a 1 minute to respond to somebody. So say, with your buzzer, Sarah wanted to go first, Sarah would say her point, and then you have like a minute to argue it back, basically. But if you want to go over and just go for it, I will absolutely allow that. Because I know someone will get very passionate about certain things.
Do you want to test your buzzer?
Right, I've put it here because I know one person might do this. So you should challenge the arguments, not the person.
What do you mean?
Like, don't come at them personally, Sarah.
I wouldn't do that to Hannah.
I'm talking about Hannah doing it to you. Never made you think that. And stay respectful. Okay?
Yes,
swearing.
Miss Laura.
Now I can't.
No swearing, it's you.
I can ask you questions about it if I have questions, so you could gain more points.
Okay.
Um,
I'm nervous now.
I know.
and then at the end, you should have a closing statement, so 1 minute to summarize, basically.
Okay.
Your whole stance. So also in your closing statements, you shouldn't bring anything new into it. Like, just keep the points the same. Don't bring anything new into it. We'll just do. Anyway, that's it. Okay.
Yes, ready.
So the first argument is, when I get it up, is.
I've just realised my mug's chipped.
So's mine.
Didn't we notice that before?
I don't know. Sorry.
Ah, it's over there. It's okay. I'll just count it in my head.
No.
Okay.
Right, run quick.
We'll edit this out.
I'm not editing this out. Go.
No. Right. Okay. So we'll start with Hannah because she's the oldest.
By 1 year.
So the first debate is silent work actually effective? So when you do your opening statements, tell us your response, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll have a minute. Okay, no interruptions. Okay, no interruptions.
Oh, wait.
I
might need a pen to write notes.
So
Why is she making notes? Okay, I'm not. Right, this is raw this week. We're just having like an actual. This is what the debate's actually like, and this is it. The debrief is always like this.
Sorry, I'm very unorganized.
Chaotic.
Right, anyway,
Right,
so
ready.
is silent work actually effective? Hannah's going to start us off. Okay, you have a minute. You have a minute. Starts now.
Okay, so I'm going to argue the point that it is not effective. I think that there's so much. Why are you laughing? You don't have to laugh around. There's so many benefits to collaborating for the kids. Peer assessment, having time to think, pair, share, and silent work. Okay, it has its place. I'm not saying it totally needs to go, but I think for pairs to be effective, they need time to talk to each other, especially during the input of the lesson. If I'm teaching, they should have time to be like, oh, what do you think? And I'm like, talk to your partner. I do that a lot. And it's so much better for them because sometimes actually they can explain it better than I've explained it. And in math, if they're doing their work, I don't expect total silence. I expect whisper voices, and I don't think they should be in total silence, because if they're able to whisper to each other, and I always have the rule, ask 3 before me. So they will ask 3 people before they come to me for help. So it's never silent in my room. We will hear a little whisper.
I didn't expect it to
Sorry,
be
it's a
quiet.
duck.
I'm gonna try it off. Okay, lovely. Sarah, your turn.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Go.
I think that silent work is effective because it just helps them really focus. And a lot of times I find that kids are always distracted with certain things, and at home as well, and phones and everything. And I think it has a place because this is really funny. I think it has a place.
You're wasting
because-
time.
Sorry. Because it really just gets them to focus, and with no distractions whatsoever, they can put 100% effort into their work. I also agree that it shouldn't always be silent work, that you need to have collaborative work too. But for me, especially with writing tasks and everything, and maths and English, they are not allowed to talk to each other, because oftentimes I've found them cheating off each other. But that we can debate that in a minute. But yeah, so I just get them total silence. If you're stuck on anything, come and ask me. And then there would be other times when they would work together and it would be talking. But silence, I just find helps them calm,
Shush.
focus.
Right.
Man, I wasted my time giggling.
You did. Right. So now is when you guys can press your buzzers, okay? So whoever wants to go first presses your buzzers, and then, you press your buzzers when you want to, you get the gist. Right. Do
Okay.
you understand?
Yeah.
Yes?
How do we start?
Someone presses the buzzer first. Right.
I want more time. Yes.
Now, before you start, Hannah can, not interrupt, but she can press her buzzer.
Indeed, I will.
Yeah. If she doesn't think something that she agrees with.
Okay. You see, for kids that get really overstimulated and there's a lot of noise going on and they just need that peace and quiet, don't you think it is very effective for them, especially kids with special needs?
Those kids aren't sitting with the rest of the class though.
How? What do you mean?
So they have their own desk. So then they're doing.
Girl, stop.
So they have their own.
Okay.
So my classroom caters for everyone, Sarah. I don't expect everyone to work in silence.
I resent that statement. Now, I will say, no.
Objection.
Objection. No. Hang on a minute. Okay. We do have group work and group activity, but whenever they do a main writing task, like writing an essay or doing maths work, I do absolute silence, no talking, not even music, nothing. Just completely rest your brain, focus. And I find none of them complain about that, and they quite like it, and they get focused in that. Same way it works with the test, because if you have tests, you need absolute silence, and then that really helps them zone in.
Okay, I agree with the test. I do, because obviously they can't talk during tests. That is the only time there's absolute silence in my room, and it's creepy. How do you cope with total silence in your room, Sarah? It drives me mad.
I love it.
What's wrong with quiet music? I love quiet music. It helps them. It's creative. Sometimes they're swaying along to it. They're doing their work. It's getting their creative brain to flow.
Okay, I agree that sometimes music is important. So oftentimes during activities that require less focus, but more doing, for example, art and stuff that they're focusing in a different way, I will put on relaxing music, and I find that helps them, because I do know that there are kids that do like a little bit of something, a little bit of a background noise. So I want to cater to them.
Interesting.
Do you find though, if you have total silence in your room, do your kids not just sit there and struggle with their work? Because
No, continue. I want to address that. Sorry.
if my kids have talked to 3 people before me, they'll whisper and be like, "Can you say this to me?" And if they can't get it, then they'll come to me. It gives them more confidence.
You don't need to press that because we know you want to speak now.
Okay. That was really fun. I like that, especially for whenever there's something that they're really struggling with, and then a lot of them are coming at once. To me, that's a bit overwhelming. Whereas if they can help each other out, that's good. The problem with that is, don't you find some of them will just tell the others the answer?
Yes. But
I was going to ask that actually.
because I am actually freer, I'm walking around, so I'll notice the cheating more. Then I'll be like, stop that.
Okay.
Do you ever find though that
Hello.
Do you have an opinion?
I can speak. It's a question actually in the rules. If you're listening, I can ask questions. Anyway, so question for Hannah. Question for Hannah, right? So with the cheating thing.
Yes.
So what I've noticed,
Mhm.
right, is when you do like whiteboard work, for
Oh
example,
well, yes.
do you not notice a lot of copying happens then?
No, because I'll notice it. Oh yeah, okay, but
Yeah.
I notice it. I'm like, I'm a hawk. I miss nothing. I
Right.
tell you, I miss nothing in that classroom.
Okay.
And yeah, like I know the kids who have copied during the whiteboard, and I know the kids who it's not effective for them to chat. So then that's when I'll say, right, if you cannot work with the person beside you, they will move. And they are so used to it, they do move. The kids that need silence, they know there's a desk that is my little zone that they work in silently. Others can, and they'll effectively work. They'll whisper, need help. And yeah.
This is annoying because it sort of ends. Anyway, I love that you have different zones. Okay, but as well, don't you find that, I mean, there's noise anyway, and if there's noise throughout the day and it continues, then like, don't you find it makes the kids a little bit more restless if there's just there's never like your silent moments?
Not that much noise in my classroom, Sarah.
What do you mean by that?
I'm a dictator. I no.
Minus a point.
My kids have ample time throughout the day to make noise. Like when we have a brain break, I mean, I let scream, shout, they get every energy out. And then when we get to our work, that's when they're focused. Because they have time to do both.
So the focusing. Okay, no. So they're doing an activity, and are they whispering, or don't you find there are, like, I've got a few kids in my class that don't know how to whisper, and so they.
I agree, but we practice. We practice whispering.
Okay.
So it's just so instilled in them. And if they are shouting, I'll be like, "Are we using our whisper?" So we bring it back.
Question for Hannah.
Can I just beforehand?
But the whispering thing. What if they're actually not talking about the work?
Because it's whispering. I was gonna whisper.
I know.
Because it's whispering, I can hear. I can still hear what they're saying. I have ears like a.
Fair. Tough. It's a harsh world. I'm gonna wrap this up soon because it's getting a bit long. Right. Closing statements. Sarah, you can start. I'm gonna take these two of you.
Okay. Yes, I believe that silent work is very effective because it just reduces just noise, the stress levels, especially overstimulation, and that it just gets kids to wholly focus. And especially in this day and age when phones can be such a distraction, like I said in the opening statement, that's not a new point that I'm bringing up. That they just need that break as well, and that there's less chance of cheating verbally.
Okay. Lovely.
I just find that sometimes silent work's overwhelming for the kids. Like a little bit of music's going to help them like focus and creative flow is going. Collaboration of just working with pairs. And I think because I don't like a quiet classroom, which I did say earlier, it drives me mad.
Okay.
It drives me mad. I don't know. The dead silence, okay, time and place for it, yes. Most of the time my room is not dead silent. They're effective, they're working. Those who can't do it are removed. And that's it. I'm very with it.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm not tell you. I'm gonna just do the end result bit at the end.
Oh.
Okay.
Or do you want me to do? Or do you want me to do the
Yeah,
end?
because I want to see if
Yeah.
I'm doing any good.
So the winner of that round was. Can I reveal?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you the points because I got too invested and I kind of forgot to give out points at one point. So, The winner was Sarah.
Oh, yay!
But it was very close. Actually, there was only 1 point in it.
I'm definitely going to lose the next round.
Yeah, probably. I'm not biased, by the way, in this. Right, next one. Are lesson observations fair or flawed? Sarah, you can start your open statements. Hannah did last time, so you can start. Fair or flawed?
I say that lesson observations are fair because yes, because it just helps us focus on what matters, and it just brings us back to the fact that okay, our lessons need to be structured. I know that it's a big temptation to just kind of sometimes with lessons, carrying on with other lessons, forget some parts of it. Also, it's nice to have other people come in and see you, and you also to see them, get ideas as well that way. And it just keeps us all focused and focused on what matters. And then we can see, like, for example, for me, plenary is a big problem for me. I often just out the window, where a lesson observation helps me remember I need my plenary.
No interruptions, please.
Plenary, yes. So yeah, I think that they are fair. It also makes you accountable to each other, that you're doing a good job, and it helps us just learn from each other and see different teaching styles. And yes, I also think it's key if everybody, if a lot of people come and observe us rather than just the same person all the time, because then it brings us
You don't
together.
have to do the whole time, Cal.
Okay,
yeah. I can see you looking at it. Right, okay. Lovely. Hannah, off you go.
I think lessons observations are flawed because I feel like when you know you're being observed, you are pulling a absolute top tier out of the bag kind of lesson. It's got stuff in it that the kids have never seen in their lives before. Let's be honest, it does. It's got everything's on the board, everything's there. Learning objectives are mentioned 700 times in the lesson, which I do, but we don't do that much. You know,
I object. She interrupted.
me. I'm talking.
Right.
Yes, they're flawed because you are doing that perfect lesson that we pull out of the bag for when you go for a job interview. You have a set lesson that you know meets all the criteria, and I find that's what you do for lesson observations. Most people will say, right, I know that they're going to be looking for this, 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 and this. I'm going to specifically tailor my lesson to meet that. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't do that in every lesson, but it just a lesson observation, I feel like it is flawed in that way.
Wished. Well done.
Can she have a bit extra more time because I did?
Yeah. Go on, sorry.
No, I was finished.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to be fair. Right, who's going to go first here?
I'm going to go first.
Right, okay.
Because, I feel, yeah, okay. I think we should make lesson observations normal and healthy. Like, it's just a normal thing. It's not a big deal. You know, everybody just comes in. We can see each other. You know, like I want to see you guys teach. I do. I don't like the whole rigidness of coming in and being like, oh, hello, and you know, you just make. But if we constantly are doing it and making it just a normal thing that's not a big deal, I think it's very beneficial for us.
Interesting.
Yes, I agree. They're flawed in that way. It's lesson observations are flawed because we know who's coming. That scares us. It depends on who's coming. Like, you have observed me in the past. I don't care. Not that I don't care. But, you know, your boss comes to observe you. Different. You have several people from the Board of Governors come to observe you. Like, you're about to die on the spot. And you know they're coming with a serious, more serious attitude.
Do you feel like that last bit's annoying? Do you feel like though if we were constantly doing it with each other and we're used to people being in the room, that would help us for those people who are a little bit more scary coming in?
Yes, that's why they're flawed. Lesson observations are flawed because you're so well prepared, you're over prepared, and then you actually forget how to teach. And midpoint in your lesson, you're thinking, have I met all the targets that they want to see? Or you're looking at them thinking, oh my goodness, what are they thinking right now? Like, why are they writing? Why are they not writing? And I agree. Lesson observations are flawed because they are not normal. But if they were normal, we wouldn't be as stressed.
Okay, so in other words, we should do way more of them with people that we are used to, other teachers.
Yes. What's the word? Not surprise, not really the surprise. Or
Ah.
I'm popping in to see your lesson. No problem. You can sit at the back of my room all day. Don't
What
mind.
happened to me the other day?
I'm coming to observe you on this, and this is what I want to see. No, thank you.
Question. I'm a bit confused on what side Sarah's arguing for.
Huh?
I'm a bit confused on what side you're arguing for.
I was confused what side I was arguing for.
Because you're agreeing with a lot of Hannah's saying.
I'm agreeing with her too.
Yeah.
But you're not fair.
No, I'm fair.
You've
I'm
got no
saying they
points.
are fair. No, I'm saying they are fair, and we should be doing more of them. What's unfair, what's flawed, as Hannah's saying, is that we're not doing enough, but that doesn't mean that the lesson observation is not fair. It is fair, we just need to do more of them.
She should be arguing more. I'm not going to give her any help.
I see, Sarah, the confusion is here. I haven't given you any points because you've been basically saying flawed.
But they are.
No. The lesson observation itself is fair. We need to do more of it. I'm not talking about how it's enacted, because there are some schools that they do a lot and you're just so used to it. Like I remember in Scotland, they did so many, and that
Andrea
was
said
good.
that too.
But within itself, the lesson observation is fair. It is fair to observe lessons.
Yeah, that's better.
To fight my corner there.
Do you not think the standards are flawed? We have a list of standards that they come with that they're going to mark off, but there are lessons that will not match up to, so it's flawed in I'm trying to pull out something in a math lesson that this says here, but it's only ever going to apply to, say, an English lesson. Or if you came to observe my art lesson, multiple things are not going to match up. Of course, there's things that overlap, but they're flawed in that the set of standards are so rigid that we feel like we can't go away from them. But they're flawed then in terms of that as well. Yes?
No, you keep going.
They're flawed that we become textbook teachers if we allow the standards to overrule us. That's where I feel they're flawed. Sometimes I feel like it takes away our creativity because you're coming to observe a lesson based on these standards, and I'm tick boxing each one of them, and then somebody observes me, they go to observe Laura. Laura's thinking, I know what's a good observation. Do the same thing.
She said, I agree.
I see your point. But we need to be focused when we come in and observe someone's lesson. And these standards help keep us focused and zoned in on what matters, rather than going, whoa, that was so cool. I learned so much from what you said, but what was really good about the lesson? Break it down.
I like what you said about different subjects, because an art lesson is going to be more chaotic than, say, an English lesson. So I like that. Right, one more each and then closing statements. Or do you want to do closing statements now? Closing statements.
Okay,
Right, Hannah, you start.
I just think lesson observations are flawed. The standards make us rigid, or they make us feel like we have to meet each one of them. It takes your creativity away. But I feel like then it's flawed in that it's only for that lesson. I'm not going to follow all of the standards in every lesson. I hope nobody from school is watching. I'm a good teacher.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For some lessons that you're going to throw some of those things out of it. You're going to do, some you're going to follow, some you're not. And it's flawed in you're so under pressure to meet all the standards. Or I think maybe it's just me. I'm so anxious. Oh, are they going to give me meeting for this? Are they going to give me excellent? Or is it just going to be good? Is it blah? And you don't want to read blah as a teacher. I can't think of whatever the code is. It's not.
Isn't it 4? Whatever
It's
a number, isn't it?
But you don't want that because then you know that's something you. But it's. Oh no! I nearly argued your point. I was going to say it's fair because then it gives you something to work towards. Oh no.
Finish your
finish.
Stop.
It's fair because it gives you something to work on.
Closing statements, thank you.
Yeah, this is the closing
I
statement.
haven't started the timer yet.
Okay.
Respect, please. Thank you.
Lesson observations are good because they keep you focused on what you're looking for in the lesson, hence the standards. And the more we do of them, the less they become this big, scary thing. And as well, doing it with colleagues means that we can see each other's lessons. We can steal ideas, of course. That's what we're there for. And then we can also give each other... I can't bring up that point because that's new.
Yes, you cannot.
Okay. But yes, it is, for me, it is good because it means that we can make sure that we are accountable. We are accountable and to each other, and that we are doing the best we can do, and not forgetting a plenary at the end.
Right.
Done.
I think we all knew who.
Can I say what I was going to bring up that I couldn't bring up?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
No.
I completely forgot what I was going to say. Ironic.
Oh, we should get used to criticizing each other rather than
Yeah,
being like,
of
oh, I
course.
don't want to offend you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like should be a normal thing.
Lovely.
Ironically, I actually probably am more on your side.
No, I'm on your side.
Yeah, I could tell.
I really did not like that
Me.
question.
Like,
That's good. We
I don't know,
debated the
it's
other
we
side.
did, yeah. I'm like, I don't mind people coming to observe me.
Really, I didn't accept.
No, like-
You sounded like you really were.
And you
against
sounded
it.
super
Yeah.
passionate. Oh, really
Very good.
You won.
Sorry,
by
I'm
the way.
not yet.
So it's currently 1-0.
Ooh.
So
La
we
la.
should have a tiebreaker. I'm not prepared for this. Right. Next one.
Yeah.
Should homework be banned?
Mhm.
Hannah, you're going to start us off. Your opening. No, you start. Doesn't matter. You're starting. It worked. What's your password?
Tell the whole world.
For your birthday or something. Right.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so I think homework is very important. It's vital for kids to go home and consolidate on what they have learned in class. Also, it allows the parents to see what they've done in school, because I find that if there's no homework and the parent says, what have you learned today? The kid's going to say, break time, I played this. You know, homework guides the parent to show that we're actually doing a good job at home. In school. No, we're not at home. We're in school. You know, I think that it guides the parent to think, right, they're doing a good job. Also, it gives them kind of a guidance of my kid's struggling with this, so I can tell the teacher this is where it's struggling, because we sometimes don't pick up on that in class. We have 20 whatever kids. I assume they're fine. Have they sneakily copied the partner? Possibly. And many times parents have said to me, they actually couldn't do the worksheet. So I think homework's really good, and also it allows the parent to spend a bit of time with their kid. It just is, you know, it's so busy at home, and it just gives them that one-to-one time.
Right, the
with their
quack's
child.
not working for some reason. So thank you. Right, Sarah.
On, not recognizing my face. There you go. 1 minute.
I've run out of tea, which is very sad.
I know, I was enjoying that.
Right.
And I needed it for fuel.
Well, 1 minute, but if you need 2 minutes, you can have 2 minutes too.
Okay.
Do you want 2 minutes?
Yes, please.
Do you want another minute?
No, it's fine.
Well, there we go then.
I'll have 1.5.
Just go.
Okay. 6 hours in school, Hannah. 6 hours in school, a child has to slog and slave away, and the poor thing is just exhausted by the time they come home. They need free time, they need hobbies, they need creativity. They sometimes, a lot of them actually in our school, have a lot of, it's my opening statement, gal.
I'm just ready for
Oh,
when you
right,
stop
all right.
talking.
They have a lot of after school clubs, and they really don't have time to do that much homework. As well, you see, a lot of times they go on to ChatGPT and they get their homework done for them, or a parent does it for them at home, or a child at home. I like your point about the fact that they don't see work at home, but that's what Class Dojo is for us to share pictures and show work. That way that what they're doing at home, and whenever they have tests, they do have to study at home anyway. So they are going to see the work at that point too. I'm done.
So you didn't need 2 minutes after all. On the dot.
So you're saying, yeah, we are in school for 6 hours, and I am the professional. Yes, I'm going to guide them through. How much homework are you setting that is a stress at home? Because there is only time limits for homework. Like, they shouldn't be spending more than 30 minutes doing homework, Sarah.
Okay, a lot of them have after school clubs, which is the main reason they're saying, even if I just give them spelling, oh, I didn't have time to do that.
Rubbish. Spelling can be done in the car on the way to school.
That was an example. I give them spelling and I give them maths, but as well, I'm glad that you brought that up, because that brings another point. Some children really struggle with, for example, the topic we're learning in maths, okay? And some children are really struggling with that particular topic. It's going to take them longer at home than the kids that really got that, and they've got it, okay? So it's going to take them longer, and the rest is going to be shorter. So they have more free time. They have less free time. It's kind of unfair in that sense.
But wouldn't you say that the people who struggle with the work would benefit most from doing it more?
Yes, but in class time where I am there to supervise them.
What if they're too scared to ask you?
That's a problem with me, that I'm not making it a safe environment for them.
Kind of forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry,
You interrupted me.
So I can ask questions. Thank you very much.
Bring up a new point. Funny.
She was talking about doing it at home. They shouldn't do it at home.
Oh yeah,
Kids
right.
struggling.
Yeah, life's not fair, Sarah. It's going to take kids longer. Like it is. Some kids are going to take ages, some are not. But also that means the parent's going to spend that time. And if they're still struggling, parent can message me on Dojo. Miss Hannah, they're struggling with this. Redo this in class. And parents do. And that's when I'm there. I'm the one that's going to help them. Like I don't expect any parent to sit at home and struggle at the kitchen table crying like I used to do with my dad doing math homework. You know, like that freedom of coming and saying, the parent and I, it's the collaboration, the communication between me and the parents. Be like, they're struggling with this, do more work on this in class. And I'm like, absolutely.
She's
no problem.
itching to press that.
Don't you feel that the reason that children have, a lot of them, and we have to agree with this, they have
You don't have to.
a negative view of education, especially maths, English, science, because of homework. It's more work brought home. It's in their home environment. They have to do more. It's a bigger slog. And also, why don't we ever give them art homework?
Oh, that's actually really good. That's such a good
I
point.
don't know.
That is actually so good. I'll give you 2 points for that.
Okay, but right, well, then homework should be differentiated like it is in class. Like homework is tailored. Like I have kids do it on different spelling words because that's what their ability is. Kids on different reading, kids on different math that goes home. They know what to do. They do a few, and it's tailored for them. The kids that really struggle, I don't expect them to sit for an hour at home and do a full worksheet. If they're doing 2 main questions, that's telling me they understand it. And it'll take them the same time. It's fair.
But can't they do that in school time? 6 hours. Do they need more time?
When do you think I have time to sit
Oh, good point.
and do this extra bit?
We often have lessons that we do another lesson with them to make sure that they're fully grasped in that concept.
Yes, of course. But if they're pre-struggling, they might just be copying, and the homework shows me that they're struggling. Then the next lesson, when I'm re-teaching, I'll know which kids to give the easier differentiated worksheet to because they're the ones struggling and they need the more support. The homework will tell me that. When I look at homework, I can see who's done it. Now, you're all going to argue, what if the parents done it? I'm not stupid. I know if the parents done it or not.
Take the words out of my mouth, Hannah. Quite literally.
How if it's maths?
What?
Numbers. How if it's maths?
You don't know your kid's writing?
No.
Have you heard of dictation? Child writes number. Someone's telling them the answer.
Well, then that's stupid. That parent is like hindering their child's education.
ChatGPT.
Oh. But now you're just saying one word each. Dictatorship.
Yeah, it's true. They might use ChatGPT, but well, no. You know, Sarah, you're smart enough to know what your kid does in class and home. If it's a very different situation.
Can I just have it?
Please, I'm going to forget it, Laura. They know that they can ask ChatGPT to write the answer as a 7-year-old, 8-year-old child. Tweak it.
Okay, but I'll still know. Sarah, you know. Come on, you know if something's written by ChatGPT. You do. I'll know if it wasn't my kid. Because English isn't their first language and there'll be big words in it, even if it's a chat. Yeah.
I see your point. What about maths, though? Right or wrong?
Okay.
ChatGPT can help.
My button doesn't work. Okay, math is probably trickier, but again, it's the confidence of me knowing in class that child is struggling because we will pick up on it, and they go home and suddenly everything's right. I think your parent did that for you. Also, sometimes the parents can't do the homework, so then that actually is an issue.
But what if the parent helped them?
That's fine. I'm not saying it's independent. Homework, it is guided, but it's not meant to be kids sitting for 3 hours doing math homework, crying their eyes out.
Okay. No, I keep losing this thought. Every teacher has a different amount of homework they give kids.
Yes,
How much homework do you do?
but there's a set time limit as well. So that's when we have the freedom. My kids shouldn't spend more than 20 minutes for homework. I know that's our guidance. That's a little bit of spelling, a little bit of math. They're done.
But there are teachers that abuse that system. They'll either give too little or too much.
Well, that's on them. That's stupid. They should be following the guidelines.
What about projects? Do you think it's more of like you always get better work when you get projects given to them instead of homework? Like instead of a worksheet, you're actually telling them, okay, make a poster or make a model.
Are we counting that as homework?
Yes. Can you
Okay.
do it at home?
Okay. Same rule applies. Someone could totally do their project for them.
Same answer. You'll know. Like when the kids have a project, you bring it in. You know if that. Like I had kids last year that their Egyptian PowerPoints. Their PowerPoint was full of spelling mistakes, and I was like, "You've done that yourself. Fantastic."
I'm confused.
Then-
What are you arguing?
Me?
Yeah, what's your argument again? I can't remember.
Dan for
Oh
homework.
yeah, sorry.
Keep up.
And then you have PowerPoints that are somebody's copied and pasted it from Wikipedia, and I'm like, well, that was silly because their parents help, or it's worded in a way I know.
I banned PowerPoint.
Yeah. The thing is, okay, they've brought it in. You can tell that someone's done it for them. What do you do then? Don't do that again? Redo it? Then they keep doing it. How are you going to enforce consequences at home in the home space, especially if the parent doesn't listen to you?
Yeah, but that's the parents ruining their child's chance of that, and they need to work on. I can't do anything with that. No, I agree. It's true. If they are doing their kids' homework for them, that actually tells more about the parent than anything else. Like they actually won't allow their child to make mistakes and fail, which I'd rather a kid brought me their homework. It's all wrong, so then I know what to do than the parent being so stressed out. Oh, Miss Hannah can't see your homework. That's wrong. I don't care if it's wrong. Well, I do care if it's wrong, but if it's wrong, that's more real. Then I can say, right, we can focus on this.
Do you prioritize homework, like marking it? If you're saying it's so important.
Yes, because, well, hang on a minute. Can I say this personally, and this is off the
No.
record?
No. No, off the record, it's on video.
Then I'm not going to comment.
Me neither.
I wish you would have given your time.
No comments.
No comments!
Closing statements then. Sarah, you can start.
Okay. I'd just like to say again, I think it's too much to ask kids to do homework because they're in school 6 hours a day, and we should be teaching them like quality lessons where they can go through stuff. When they go home, they have a break, they can pursue other avenues of education, like in after school clubs, like I mentioned before.
I know you did.
So they can do that. They can have free time. They can still, spend time doing the stuff that they love, and they're not focused and don't end up with a negative perception of education because it's such a slog for them to do, and it can be quite difficult. And I just think it can be done in the school day. Work, yes.
Right. Hannah?
I think homework is really important for just that communication between the parents and the school. They see what work's being brought home, they see what they're studying. Also, parents, especially some parents in our school, want their kids to do better. The homework's going to tell them this is what they're doing. Then they'll give them extra work to do. So it's not, I agree with what you're saying of they'll do extra work at home, but the homework will guide them. Also, if they're struggling, it comes back to school. If the parents can honest and let the kid do it by themselves, I'll see where they're struggling. I can see, okay, they didn't get this concept. Even if they're top in math, they can have the bottom worksheet because it's something they need support on. And it just gives them that freedom to be like, Miss Hannah, I'm struggling with this. And homework shouldn't take them all night. If they're spending lots of time doing the homework, there's something wrong. And it's either the amount that child's been given, or there's a problem. Homework should not be this big drama.
Stunning. So I actually found that one really hard because it was tied.
That was a good one.
It was.
Really
I was quite
good.
scared at one point. So actually, Hannah won that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was the point.
even my 2 extra points?
No, I know. But girl, look how close that was.
Whoa, what was the score?
10-9.
Whoa!
No, it was good.
So what was the deciding point
Yeah,
that made her
what
win?
tipped- what tipped
I
to?
saw my parents. You said something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something about parents. You said it in the closing statement.
Okay.
Right, last one. I know it off the top of my head. Last one, Sarah's favourite one.
Yeah, because I have such exactly. That's why I
Right.
have very. Never mind. I'll just shut up now.
No, don't, because you have to debate.
Oh,
Okay,
am I gonna start?
yeah, you're going to start your opening statement, please. Is the staff room fridge a war zone or a community?
Absolute war zone. I mean,
I agree.
I'm sorry. It is messy. It is packed full. There's stuff everywhere. People get things mixed up. People get food stolen.
Yes, they do.
Also, can I just say, please fill up the ice cube tray. Now, Greg does this. Thank you, Greg. You know, he always does, and he's such a gentleman. But some people do not fill up the ice cube tray, and you know, we live in a hot country, so we need our ice lattes and frappes and all of that. You know, so there's a war zone in itself. Stuff is left in the fridge to rot and decay. There was a salad in there. I don't know if you remember that. It was stinking. I had to clean it, put it out, and I don't use the staff room fridge much, but from what I can see, objectively, this is probably good. From what I can see, absolute carnage. Done.
Oh, that was quite strong. Right, Hannah, off you go.
Okay. Staff room fridge is a communal space. It's where you bring your food to keep it fresh until lunchtime. What am I going to do with that otherwise? Am I going to buy my own fridge for my classroom? I haven't got the money for that. Okay. So, staff room fridge, putting it in. My lunch is there. My name's on my tab. I trust my colleagues that they're not going to steal my lunch. Okay? It's there. Also, ice cubes. Well, that's not a very big deal, Sarah. Like, okay, you can fill your own ice cubes. Have your own personal ice cubes. Communal fridge doesn't mean everything has to be shared. Doesn't.
You're sharing your lunch.
We're not sharing the lunch. Now we share the milk. But we're not sharing lunch. And if you want ice, bring your own ice. There's lots of people bring their own ice cubes to school. Have their own little tab. That's
Stella.
their ice. Stella. Yes. Bring your own little ice. Yeah. I'm not done. Have I still time? Yes. I trust that my lunch is going to be there safe. Also, it's just nice to have somewhere to put your lunch.
So you weren't done.
So that I don't, what am I going to do with it? If I bring a salad to school, I have to keep it in my classroom. It's going to be stinking by lunchtime, Sarah, if I didn't have a communal space to put my little lunch in.
Felt bad for you there by the end. My little lunch.
Can I start?
I go for it.
Right. Don't you think that it's a girl? I haven't finished yet. Rude. Take a point off her.
Excuse me.
Please.
Stop right.
Okay. Don't you think that it's a bit much to ask a kindergarten, primary, secondary school to have one fridge full of stuff? Okay, fridges are important, right? But the one in the staff room is a war zone, and it would be better if we could have our own mini fridges or a separate fridge for a department if you need to keep things cold.
Who's buying this mini fridge for my classroom, Sarah? Because I ain't got no money to buy a new fridge.
We have a budget.
Our school resources are more important because I'd rather have glue sticks than a fridge in my classroom.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you broke it.
I'm gonna get back to this ice cube issue, okay? Right, the ice cubes, even if I brought in my ice cube tray, do you not think someone would use it?
Yes.
Because there have been plenty of things in our fridge that have been used by other people, and we don't know who it is.
Have you labelled it? Say Sarah's ice cubes. Also, trust your colleagues, Sarah. Also, if you know someone, just go and say it. You know who it is.
Hannah's getting a point for passive aggressiveness.
Okay, hang on a minute. You just said trust your colleagues, and then you said you know who it is. That means I would have to distrust some of my colleagues.
But we don't trust all our colleagues. Like, you can't trust everybody fully. You know what I mean? I do.
But I trust
Right.
everyone, so therefore it makes it harder for me to know who it was. Also,
Point for
have you
dishonesty.
seen an ice cube tray? Jolly difficult to label.
Point for saying jolly. I also give a point away for dishonesty there.
I just don't.
Definitely
I
don't
just-
know your colleagues go.
I just don't think it's that deep, Sarah. I'm sorry. Like, someone's stealing the ice cube. It's not the end of the world. If you want a frappe,
Hannah. When you've had a stressful day and you have a limited time, as you know, I come into the staff room, right? And I have a limited time. I don't. But you know why? Because of lack of ice cubes and things like that. Wait. I'm not finished. Okay. It's very stressful to have to come and not have any ice cubes available or ready, because I know that in like 5 minutes the bell's gonna ring. I'm up here. No latte, no ice latte, no fuel for my next lesson.
But you should be independent, Sarah. I'm sorry. The fridge is communal, but communal doesn't mean sharing. It doesn't mean for everyone. Those ice cubes, they're there for people to use, yes, but we should have, okay, I agree, we should have respect for each other to have the ice there. But if you want ice cubes so badly, be independent enough to bring your own.
Be a grown up.
Right.
Make your own lunch.
I think we could both.
Oi, don't get personal, please.
Sorry.
I think that we can get off the ice cube issue because
I think so.
But what about food that is rotting in the fridge? Who takes care of that? We cannot ask our lovely cleaner, Gabriella, to sort that out.
No, but we're not asking her to. It's communal. That's someone's problem.
It still happens.
It does. Part of being in a community, Sarah, is you live with people that you are a bit blah and a bit annoying. And communal doesn't mean everyone's equal. Doesn't mean we're sharing. Doesn't mean we look after each other's stuff.
But according to Sarah, she trusts everyone she works with, so
That's her problem.
Even if there's community, there can still be a war zone because there is community. Because it's communal and everyone's working together. You're gonna have drama.
Okay, I've got the drama. Somebody's rotten stuff, is it? Just go tell them. That's yours. Take it out.
I don't know whose it is. They didn't label it.
can I bring up the point?
Take it out of the fridge, put it on the table, name and shape. Who owns this? Put it in the bin.
No one owns up to that.
What about theft?
I don't believe there was theft. I think you forgot your lunch.
No. There was theft,
I'm only joking,
Laura.
I'm joking.
100%.
No, I'm joking.
No, I don't know.
Laura had her food stolen, Hannah. Don't you think she feels it's a little bit of a war zone because that is unfair and it should not have happened? She went hungry that day.
Good.
Give me a point for that.
It's not free.
Okay. Yes. But I don't understand. Communal does not mean, Sarah, that I don't know now.
You're struggling.
I'm struggling because I agree.
Point.
Point taken off. She's on her own.
Okay, communal. But I don't know. You just put your lunch in the fridge. Hope for the best. Yes, that's part of communal. And of course, there's the risk that it's going to be taken, but it shouldn't be.
When you're in a war and you run out there and you hope for the best that a bullet doesn't hit you, doesn't stop it being a war zone.
Oh my goodness, this is taking a turn, right? We went from ice to an actual war zone. Closing statements?
Closing statement, okay.
Right, Sarah, you start.
Okay. Oh man, my head is split. Right. Ice
Your head's
cubes.
split.
Ice cubes should be.
Oh! Greg, fill the ice cube tray
No,
for her.
he does it. Greg, you're wonderful. And I'm not talking about you. Okay. No, we'll get off. That's a laugh. Right. Okay. Ice cubes. Forget that.
Right, seriously.
It's a war zone because people are putting stuff everywhere. Things are getting stolen. We know it's happened from experience. Things go off. You're cramming stuff in. It's a problem, right? Because it's just chaos, right? And then people are stealing. And what more can I say? I've said it all. And
You have. Right, Hannah, off you go.
Communal fridge. It's somewhere for me to put my lunch, so I don't have to have my little tuna pasta in my classroom, baking in the Cyprus heat. Somewhere safe, keep it cool. I go, open the door. There's my lunch. Lovely. Look, communal fridge. Everybody just puts their lunch in. We respect each other. We listen to each other. We don't steal each other's food, and it's just lovely. Communal fridge means we have communal milk, and it's nice to use a little bit of milk for your tea or your coffee. Okay. And it's nice to have ice cubes, where there are some, to go and put into your frappe. I agree. Or my Freddo Cappuccino. I agree, Sarah. Yes. Communal. Sharing. But it doesn't mean that we need to be independent in it as well. Communal doesn't mean we're sharing everything. It just means we have a space that we say, this is mine, don't take it. Right.
The winner of that round was.
No surprise, Sarah.
It's,
Yeah. 'Cause
Really? I hated that one.
I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, thank you. By the way, I never use the fridge. Apart from ice cubes.
Really?
That's why I was so
Like
bad.
you argue that the fridge is a communal space.
No, I do agree
I know,
with you.
it's
But
hard.
she has her own fridge.
I see that. I know.
And I should have brought that up.
You
I love
should've,
it.
yeah.
I was thinking as
Wow,
well.
I
Actually,
wasn't.
bringing that up.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
silly.
Anyway,
Okay.
I will do a tiebreaker, but I have no ideas for that, and I want to go home. So,
By the way, thank you for the idea. This
Yes,
is really
thank you,
fun.
Laura. Yeah, it was. I think we should do it like
Oh.
every couple of months.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good,
Respect.
good, 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 good.
and they say I'm the
Yeah.
child in the group.
I think we should do it every so often, so we change it. So we
I
have-
like that. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
I want to do it. It looks fun.
Tell us some debate ideas for next time. Give
Yes.
us some ideas.
I'll just go into ChatGPT like the kids do with their homeworks.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Do you mark your homework?
Bane of my life.
Do you mark it?
No.
Oh.
On that note, see
On that note,
you next time.
see you next time. Bye.
Bye.